Howdy, folks. It's Dr. Flo. Not telling you what I heard, but what I know. What I know is that you're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable, and you're going to be loved and lovable for the rest of your life. Give me 1 second to share this out real quick. I know that I'm here late tonight. I also need to wipe my glasses clean. I know that I'm on late tonight. I've already had and started my libations, but I forgot that Tara Praolo is actually out of town, which means that I'm on boost tonight. And I've had such a full day on Clubhouse and in my house that I completely forgot. Miss Carvel Love's here to keep me company. It'll only be a 10-minute live, I promise. I promise it'll only be a 10 live. I brought my bushy beard, my bushy hair, and also my bushy libations because you went with me to the store in the dark to get the libations, and I forgot that I didn't do Crown Chakra Day. Thank you, my love. I love you so much. You're one of my new favorite people. I hope you don't change, because if you don't change and I don't change, then, and God is change. But if you don't change and I don't change, we're going to be lifelong friends over many lifetimes. Because, many people present their representative to folks. They send their representative. They send their representative into the room to be their, first impression. But I feel like if you send yourself, okay? If you just come in wholeness to the room, you don't have to switch it up. And when people do switch it up, you're like, well, who were you the first time? But if you bring who you are the first time, people will accept you or reject you, and you can cut out all of the funny business. I love it on TikTok when people either accept me or reject me as I am, okay? One person in the room, two people in the room, I don't fucking care, because at least you know who I am. And if it takes you 15 seconds to reject me, child, I'm still wearing my crown. Let's talk about the crown chakra in today's Love and Action Daily Boost program. I'm Dr. Flo, not telling you what I heard, but what I know. What I know is that you're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable. You're always going to be loved and lovable for the rest of your life. And I can't even change that. No one can change that. The crown chakra is the portal of divine wisdom, unity, and transcendence. The crown chakra, known in Sanskrit as Sahasrara, is the seventh and the highest chakra in the traditional system. It's located at the top of the head. It represents our connection to the divine, universal consciousness, and the infinite nature of the soul. Sahasrara means thousand-petaled, and that symbolizes the expansive, unfolding radiance of our enlightened awareness. Here are some key associations for the crown chakra. Of course, the location, once again, is the crown of the head above the skull. The element is our thought or etheric energy. The color is violet or white. The mantra is Om, or silent stillness. And the themes are unity, enlightenment, divine connection, grace, spiritual awakening, and also liberation, like Miss Carmel Love and I have, and we're seeking more of it every day, that spiritual awakening and liberation. All right, so the crown chakra lives at the intersection of art, spirit, and activism. The crown chakra is the source of your higher purpose. It contains your sacred downloads and unconditional love that goes beyond the ego. And this chakra allows you to lead from a place of trust, receive divine inspiration without attachment. Remember, no matter how much I love you, let's not get attached, because people get attached, and then what happens when life changes, right? You have to be in your flow. I named myself Flow on purpose so I could chill the fuck out. And so you can receive divine inspiration without attachment. You can also walk in communion with both the creator and the creation. Miss Carmel Love, a lot of people make insecure attachments and codependent relationships, and that's one thing we do not do. Thank you so much for the love. The reason why I have not really blossomed as much on the online space is, while I love people and I enjoy people, I'm not interested in codependent relationships. If you cannot be loved and lovable without Dr. Flo, if Dr. Flo cannot be loved and lovable without you, we got a big problem going on. And so that's why we say wholeness, because you should be able to be in your divine connection with or without the people around. Of course, people who are around are the overflow. When sas rara is awakening, sas ha, sas, that's the libations. When sa has rara is awakened and balanced, we experience moments of bliss, stillness, and divine insight. We understand our oneness with all beings. We move beyond fear, control, or egoic striving, trying to push out each other or be more spiritual than the other person. We embrace life as sacred and each soul as sovereign. And we live from a place of trust and divine timing and grace. And we give that divine trust of timing to others with grace. Now, when blocked, okay, when your crown chakra is blocked, remember on Sundays, Tara and I start on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok in the root chakra. Then we rise up from Sunday in the root chakra into Monday's sacral chakra. Hey, love to teach. Hey, two of my faves are here. I'll only be here for like 5 minutes more. I'm always here for a fun time, not a long time. Two of my faves are here. We do chakras every day on our network. 7 days, 7 chakras. I was raised in a tradition of people who believed that chakras were demonic. These, you can't say it on Clubhouse, but these niggas also believed that meditation was demonic. And chakras and meditation are two of my favorite things. If anything, the chakras and the meditation brings me closer to that divine teacher they called Yeshua or Jesus. I tune into my higher vibration and my consciousness more these days that I'm into chakras than before, but the Christians can't get behind it. They want to be seen while they pray. They want to be seen while they do nice things for people. It's all about the clout chase, the booty clap for Jesus. I'm a real one. I do what Jesus said. I show up for people. I lay hands on them and they recover. Anyway, you don't got to get free in this lifetime, but you're going to get free in one. When blocked in your crown chakra, and I was saying, I got distracted because one of my Christian friends came into the room. I love the Lord too, but the chakras will get you right. I love the Lord too, Miss Carmel Love, but the chakras will get your ass right. On Sunday, we're in the root chakra. The mantra is I am. Monday, sacral chakra, I feel. Tuesday, solar plexus chakra, I do. What are you doing with your life? What are you saying? How are you behaving? On Wednesday, heart chakra, I love. Welcome, Fat Baby Mojo. I remember you from across the hallway. On Wednesdays, heart chakra day, I love. Thursdays, I speak. What are you speaking about? What kind of energy are you putting into the world? We focus on that one on Thursdays. On Fridays, third eye chakra, I see. What do you see in spirit and in truth? I'm doing great today. I'm just doing my assignment. I do a daily boost program on TikTok and other platforms every day where we move through the chakras from our root into our crown. On Fridays, yesterday was I see, and I saw Miss Carmel Love in spirit and in truth. She's powerful, and I see everything in spirit and in truth. I don't miss a thing, Fat Baby Mojo. I didn't miss a thing in that room across the hall on TikTok the other day. I didn't miss a damn thing. I see in spirit and in truth. I do. And then on Saturdays, we're in the crown. I know, I understand on a higher level. And when your crown chakra is blocked, we may feel spiritually disconnected, cynical, purposeless, or overly intellectualized. When overactive or ungrounded, one may become spiritually disassociated or unmoored from earthly responsibilities. And if you want to awaken your crown chakra, All right, you see in the spirit too. I see that you see in the spirit too. To awaken and harmonize with your crown chakra, you might engage in meditation, silence, or contemplative prayer. You may spend time in nature or awe-inspiring places. You may study sacred text and integrate wisdom into action. And I want to remind y'all that sacred texts are not just the Bible. Sacred texts are not just the slave Bible. I tell y'all every day on TikTok that I believe in things that predate the Bible. If you can believe it, there were people and events and books that were written before the Bible. Don't tell my mama. Don't tell my mama. There are people on TikTok that tell me that the Bible's older than the dinosaurs. The Bible's not older than the dinosaurs. My mama thought dinosaurs were demonic. So you want to study all sacred text, right? You want to take in all love, and integrate that wisdom that you learn. It's true. My mama said dinosaurs were not in the Bible, so don't talk about it in my house. Child. But yeah, study sacred text, including the Bible, the Quran, the Kabbalion, the Bhagavad Gita. These are all wonderful religions. And thank you for sharing the room, Fat Baby Mojo. Thank you for sharing the room, Carmel Love. These are all sacred texts that if you integrate that wisdom into your life, it will elevate you. And like I told the room, Fat Baby Mojo across the hall, I'm not typically on the app to fight with niggas. I don't log on to TikTok to fight with niggas. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities and wickedness and darkness and dark niggas in high places. I'm not typically on the app going back and forth with these niggas. I'm typically on here talking about how to get healed in your body and healed in your mind and elevate. You see, but I can't keep a room like that. I can't have a big room on TikTok like that, talking about elevating people and making them feel better about themselves. TikTok high school loves the mess. Dark-sided niggas. Why would you want to fight with me when I could increase your income by 50%? Why would you want to fight with me when I could elevate your dream? You heard him when he said to me, he said, "Oh, you're an adult." I said, "Yes, I am." There's no abundance in gossip. There's no abundance in low vibration. I am in my crown. What did Maya Angelou say? Your crown has already been paid for. Put it on, beloved. All of our, especially as Black people, all of our crowns have been paid for. Put it on. Anyway, another way to awaken and harmonize with your crown chakra is to practice gratitude and surrender. And what we've been calling that lately, the surrender part, is divine acceptance and radical acceptance. If you don't accept who you are and where you are in life, you cannot heal it. We're only going to be here for a few minutes more. And another way to awaken and harmonize is to connect with spiritual community and service-based work. And so that's the crown chakra. I almost forgot to go live about the crown chakra because I was already into the Jesus juice. But here are some questions to focus your love as unity. That's been our theme for the week. And our art focus is how we use light, like the lights that are on me right now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for becoming part of the fan club. If you're a fan of me, you're a fan of love. I tell people all the time, my eyes are fixed on a mountain called love. And if you want to climb that mountain with me towards love, let's go. And also, Fat Baby Mojo, you could not see the light in me or want to be my fan if there wasn't a light in you. Honestly, we're all reflecting things to each other, high and low and mid vibration. And you couldn't be a fan of me if you're not a fan of yourself. The reason why people come and go out of my TikTok live streams and cannot even see me, and it does not register to them that I'm a fabulous motherfucker. You saw me on that live. I'm a fabulous motherfucker. Even at 3 in the morning, I'm a fabulous I wake up like a fabulous motherfucker. I go to bed like a fabulous motherfucker. You could not see me unless you were in some part of your crown as well. Anyway, we use light, golds, whites, spiritual or cosmic themes to focus our crown energy. Yeah, I'm invisible to idiots. Did you see that the other night? He couldn't even see me. Calling me, what was the last thing he called me that I didn't even respond to? A Peter Pan. Peter Pan could fly, nigga. Peter Pan could fly. You're not calling me out by trying to be homophobic by calling me a Peter Pan. That nigga could fly. Peter Pan could fly. So can I. Here's some crown chakra questions, and you can answer in the chat, and I'll read them out. This does get replayed over on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Stitcher Podcast, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Substack, Facebook, and YouTube. So shout out to Fat Baby Mojo and also to Miss Caramel Love for keeping me company tonight. My friends are very few on these platforms, but I'm a real one, I promise you. And I only want you to be happy, healthy, and free of all suffering. And I want great sex, great food, and great adventures for you as much as I have them for myself. And I have them all the time. Great sex, great food, great adventures. Titties up. Perky titties. All right, so crown chakra is all about divine oneness and transcendence. And here are some questions to help you elevate in your crown chakra tonight. And like I said, I almost forgot because I was talking to, Jesus Juice. You know, Jesus turned the water to what? What did Jesus turn the water to? Oops. It's coming up. It's a spirit. It's a spirit. Here's some questions for your crown chakra. Okay? And if Jesus did it, then why can't I? How does your art reflect the divine nature of love? How does your art reflect the divine nature of love? What does it mean to love all beings without condition? What does it mean to love all beings without condition? How does your creative work serve as a prayer or offering? Oh my God. How does your creative work serve as a prayer or offering? Listen, y'all, whether I'm singing on a Broadway stage or traveling around the country and the world, or whether I'm just singing in the shower, I see my life as a prayer. And I'm not just putting on for the cameras. I told y'all in the room the other night, Fat Baby Mojo, this is who I am. I'm a 5'8", 155 pound. They call us a short king. I'm a short king. I'm just a short king. My poop smells. I'm not out here on TikTok trying to dance and all of that and try to make myself be liked by people. I'm a me. And every phone conversation I take, every TikTok room I do, every song I sing, every breath I breathe is a prayer. How does my creative work serve as a prayer or offering? My life is a prayer. There's one of my favorite songs by Donald Lawrence. Do you know Donald Lawrence? He wrote Encourage Yourself and a bunch of other Prayer of Jabez. He wrote amazing songs. We're almost done. And there's a song he wrote that says, God, your name is the sound of my breathing. I speak your name every time I breathe. And I interchanged, because everybody ain't cool with God. And that's cool. My network is a bring your own beliefs network. You don't even need to believe in God to sit by me. You really don't. I don't care what you believe. I don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. So let's say it this time as love. Love, your name is the sound of my breathing. I speak your name every time I breathe. Love, love, your name is the sound of my breathing. I speak love's name every time I breathe. Every time. There's so many people who are not breathing. And I'm happy that my breath is a prayer. I really am. As a person who did not want to be on the planet, and I can't even talk about it on TikTok. I can talk about it in my other spaces where I present. I can't even talk about it on TikTok without them putting me in jail. But as a person who did not want to live here because of them calling me Peter Pan, I'm very grateful for my breath. There were days where I woke up and I did not want to live. There were days I woke up, thank you, love, and I was mad about living. You ever had that feeling? As my grandma would say, and I didn't tell you that story for presents, beloved. I'm telling you from my heart, and I hope you can feel that. There were days where I woke up in the morning and I was like, damn, I gotta pay more of these bills. I gotta talk to people. And people can be the worst. People are not nice. Look around on TikTok. People are not necessarily nice. And you mean my phone company, Fat Baby Mojo? You mean they ask me for money every 30 days? And I have to pay them or I don't get to talk to you? You mean this internet company is going to come next month and ask me again and again and again and again? They're going to ask me again. They're going to ask me again in 30 days for the same amount. And sometimes it goes up. I hated that shit every day. And I wanted an escape. But God, your name is the sound of my breathing. I speak the name of God, of love, of hope, of joy, of peace. I speak it with every breath. God is as close to me as my breath. And I'm so grateful to know that and understand that now. I didn't mean to cry, but Uncle Flo cries almost every session. I'm just that grateful. And you can't stop me. My daddy beat me. My mama was a religious zealot. I grew up in the cult of Christ. White kids bullied me. Black kids bullied me. Black adults bullied me. White adults bullied me. You saw me get bullied the other night on TikTok. I'm so happy to know my higher power. I'm so happy to have my crown on my head. I'm so happy to adjust my crown. And like I said earlier about Maya Angelou, the crown has already been paid for, beloveds. Put it on your fucking head. The crown, your crown, especially black people in the room, if you're melanated, if you are melanated in this hoe, your crown, 400 years of paid for. I don't care what your dream is. I don't care what you're trying to do. It's already been paid for. Put the crown on your head. Let me move on. We're trying to get out of here. Y'all got me, Miss Carmel Love and Fat Baby Mojo got me stirred in the spirit. I told you, Fat Baby Mojo, when I came on the stage the other night with Charlie, I don't talk to everybody. Everybody doesn't deserve my energy. They haven't paid for my crown. I paid for my crown. My ancestors paid for my crown. I'm talking to y'all because y'all talking to me. And we're vibing higher in love. Anyway, What is your vision of a world saturated in love? What is your vision of a world saturated in love? What would unity look like in a mural, poem, or soundscape for you? These are some questions for you all joining the room, just to help you kind of get into a crown chakra state. How do you channel a higher presence when you're creating? It could be that beautiful plate of food that Caramel Love sent me in the back channel. It could be that wonderful chicken curry with all that bread with that extra butter. He better check his fucking cholesterol. He better check his cholesterol with all that damn butter. Check your numbers. That was a lot of butter. Check that cholesterol. What is it? The LD, LHL, LD, the high one and the low one. Check it. That's a lot of butter. What universal truth about love do you want to encode into your work and your life? We only do vegan butter in this house, but Mojo, you're just meeting me, Fat Baby Mojo, but I have a partner who is an influencer in his own right, and he's vegan. So I'm the only meat eater in the house. He eats vegan, so most of the food I eat is vegan, and we don't do all that damn butter. But I don't judge it. You know, we listen and we don't judge, right? We listen and we don't judge. What would you create if art could touch souls beyond this world? What would you create if art could touch souls beyond this world? What does it mean to surrender to love's higher purpose? What does it mean to surrender to love's higher purpose? What does it mean to surrender? And I know it can be so hard to surrender. And surrendering doesn't mean giving up on your dreams or your passions or your purpose. Surrendering is that serenity prayer that we pray in recovery. God, higher power, love, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. You got to know the difference between what you cannot change and what you can change. And have that wisdom and just ask your insides or ask higher power. I don't pray up these days. I don't say, dear God, would you help me, God? Help me. I pray into myself, you know. Help me. Or affirmative prayer. Do y'all know about affirmative prayer? Affirmative prayer is starting every sentence of your prayer with thank you. So I'll teach you affirmative prayer. And I don't think I've ever taught affirmative prayer in public. I teach it privately in my coaching practice, but I don't think I've ever taught affirmative prayer out in public, because a lot of the Christian people and the people I come from, they're like, oh God, he's definitely gonna burn in hell. But I got a long list of things I could burn in hell for. I suck dick and love it. Don't tell nobody. Affirmative prayer is affirmative. I hope y'all can take a joke. Affirmative prayer is thank you for my strength. Thank you for helping me make it through this day. Thank you for my friends and family and fans that are returning to me. Thank you for my abundant life. Thank you for the food. Thank you for my light staying on. Thank you for courage and confidence. It's affirmative prayer. It's not praying, please help me. I'm just such a horrible person. Like, why don't you help me, God? I'm out here by myself. It's affirmative prayer. I'm so grateful, God, that you are clearing the path. I'm so grateful, God, that you are making a way out of no way. I'm so grateful, love, that you are opening doors for me. I'm so grateful, God, that I'm making new friends on TikTok. That's affirmative prayer. Try it. It's a different kind of prayer that we were taught. We were taught And they could take me down for this. They always try. They always try. And I always... We were taught, Our Father, which art in heaven. Yep. You get it. That's why I love you. I just met you yesterday and I love you. That's why we talked on the phone tonight for an hour, privately. That's why, because you get it. You get it. And Fat Baby Mojo gets it too. Yeah, it ain't, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is. It's none of that shit. Respectfully, it's none of that. It is, God, I'm grateful that even though I don't see the path clear, I'm grateful for a clear path. I thank you in advance for clearing the path. I thank you in advance for my health. See, affirmative prayer is actually scientific. This is why people don't follow me on TikTok. They want to pray, God, where you at, God? Where you at, God? They don't follow me on TikTok necessarily because I'm telling them how to get really free even in their prayers. This ain't your mama's church. And once again, Fat Baby Jojo, because you were in that, Mojo, you were in that room. I don't talk about people's mama. You know I don't talk about people's mama. I said his mama wasn't named that. And he told me my mama didn't name me Dr. Flo. So then we ain't talking about nobody's mama. I'm not offended by that. But this ain't your mama's church. We're thanking the universe, God, in advance for what's to come. Complete health. God, source, universe, love. I thank you for my wholeness. Now that's a prayer to pray. Woo! I just felt it. Let me pick up this Jesus juice again. God, I thank you for my wholeness. I thank you for my wholeness. I thank you for my peace. I thank you for my joy. I thank you for my wholeness. God, I thank you in advance for my restoration. You know what that does scientifically? They never talked about science in the church where I grew up in the cult of Christ. Your cells respond to your thoughts. So if you start praying the prayer, and many of these people want to be sick and ill, especially on TikTok. They want to be mentally ill and physically ill and all kinds of other bullshit. If you start telling your brain through affirmative prayer, I thank you for my wholeness, your cells scientifically will begin to realign to help you be in wholeness. It's scientifically proven that your body cells, people who are prayed over and have affirmative prayer done for them in the hospital, recover many times more than people who do nothing. They don't want to believe Dr. Flo. And I ain't even a real doctor. You heard the nigga tell me to my face, your mama didn't name you Flo, and I know you're not a real doctor. But then Miss Karma Love said, no, Dr. Flo, you're a heart surgeon. You're a spiritual cardiologist. You get in there where the doctors can't and start moving on people's heart. I could cry about it again. That's what Miss Karma, she said, oh, don't you worry about these people on TikTok. Because I run many communities, Fat Baby Mojo. I talk about y'all when you're not around. I promise you I do. I've done so much content about that one TikTok room. I've done so much content. I will turn your ass into content. You're content right now. I told you you're going to be on the podcast. I can send you a link. Just DM me. I'll send you a link of this room right here. I turn that nigga into content. Miss Karma Love said, Dr. Flo, don't worry about the TikTok trolls telling you you're not a real doctor because you operate on people's spiritual hearts. And to some people, that's better than the real doctor. I receive it, Miss Carmel. I receive it. When did he get banned? When did he get banned? Recently? Yeah, Charlie got to stop playing with low vibrational people. You saw it happen in that room. You saw it happen in that room with me on a live. He's got to stop entertaining low vibrational people. What happened with me at 3 in the morning? I got on at 3 a.m. My partner's alarm went off for work at 4 a.m. and my partner was getting up. And for 1 hour, it was just low vibrational on flow. And my ancestors don't play, and I'm a prophet for real. And when one of the sacred texts, just one of them, when one of the sacred texts says, touch not the anointed and do the prophet no harm, it's real. I'm not special than nobody. I'm not better than nobody. But when that thing says, touch not the anointed and do the prophet no harm, this is how things happen. I'm not saying it happened because of me. It happened because of whatever happened. But his entertaining of the lower vibration is how that happens. And I've gotten banned too here. But the only times I've gotten banned is when I was in a lower vibration. But I love Charlie. I love Charlie. You saw me give him compliments. You saw me love on him. But that was going to happen, man. You cannot entertain lower vibrations because they will pull you down and you'll end up in jail. You know. I hate that. He'll be back in a week. But I didn't know that. I was going to give him like a week or two anyway without coming to his lives because of the way in which I know who I am. And when that gentleman Hamburger, this is going to be in the podcast now, but when that gentleman Hamburger told me that I had hate in my heart, I was like, this is not cool. Because you've heard me here, and I'm a real motherfucker. I don't have hate in my heart. I seek to love everybody. And I went up on that stage to love on Charlie, and then eventually I was hated on. And because that was allowed to happen, that's why he ain't got no live. Yeah. Touch not the anointed. People don't know that I'm anointed. I'm not better than anybody, but I'm anointed here to do higher vibrational stuff. I was drinking my Jesus juice, but I still came on here to talk about the crown chakra so that we could vibe and cry together and be in high vibration. I got on the live with Charlie the other night at 3 a.m. simply to love him and let him know he's a beautiful child of the Most High, that he's loved and lovable. And then his audience allowed shit to go left. And it was unnecessary bullshit. You saw me shut down. You saw me go, I'm not talking to you anymore. He was like, oh, you think you're better than me? You think you got authority over me? I'm like, no, I'm not talking to you anymore in my kingdom. Hello, crown chakra. We don't owe our story or our breath to anybody. And I just did not want to go low vibrational because it's not good for Charlie. And something happened in low vibration and Charlie's not here. But I hope that he goes to the other platforms and continues to succeed for the week. He'll be back out of jail and I'll come say hi. But I'm not interested in lower vibrational stuff. I'm a king. And I'm a prophet. And I'm telling you, I'm not trying to be petty, and I'm not trying to laugh. And I'm not trying to be petty, and I'm not trying to laugh. But I'm going to tell you, worse has happened to people. People have been mean to me and crashed their whole cars. People have been mean to me and lost all of their income fucking around. Don't let people, and he kept saying to Charlie, Charlie, you're protecting him. You're protecting him, Charlie. You're protecting him. And you heard me go, protecting me from what? What are you protecting me from? I am protected, bitch. I am protected. Charlie wasn't protecting me. I'm protected. And now Charlie ain't got no life. I take no joy in it. I take no joy in it. But you cannot hang around with dogs and not end up with fleas. There ain't no way you can lay around with dogs and not end up getting bitten by some fleas. I hate, for the record, in case he watches this back, Charlie does. I hate that happened to him. But does it make sense? Last question. And the question right before was, what does it mean to surrender to love's higher purpose? What does it mean to surrender to love's higher purpose? And if you don't surrender to love's higher purpose, life will bust you up. It will drag you. I hate that for Charlie, though. Charlie's a good person, but you cannot hang out with low vibrational people. It will. Anyway, last question, because this is longer than I wanted to be. How long have we been here? We've been here longer. I told Miss Karma Love I'll only be here for a few minutes, and we've been here longer. But that's because the vibe was good, and where 2 or 3 are gathered in love's name, love inhabits a space. I hate that happened to Charlie, but I hope he learns the lesson, or his own lessons of like, keep it light and keep it high vibrational, because that hamburger guy would love to see a Charlie not succeed. Like, and that's black on black crime. What was happening to me was black on black crime, y'all. It's black on black. It won't white on black. The only white person in the space was what's his face? That was black on black crime. Last question. What legacy of love are you building through your creativity? Perfect landing for us tonight. What legacy of love are you building through your creativity? We've been producing this particular podcast and assembly and gathering for at least the last 87 weeks. But I've been working on this particular project for the last 4 years, 4 to 8 years, depending on which phase of it. And pretty much the only reason, because you see I'm not popular on TikTok. The only reason why I'm doing it is because, I don't have any kids. I'm a gay. And butt babies do not live. Butt babies do not live. So, I'm not having no kids. I don't want to have no kids. Y'all can have that. But I do want my students and my clients and my students' kids to look back on these YouTubes and these live streams and these podcasts, and I want them, when I'm gone, to say, life was fucked up, but that Dr. Flo guy, his heart was in the right place, and he tried to make a difference. Bitch, I tried. What legacy of love are you building through my creativity? I'm showing up on camera on TikTok. And I'm just trying to leave the world just a little bit better than I found it. Thank you. I told you, I'm just trying to point anybody I can connect with to love. So, if there's a time machine or a time capsule somewhere in the future, I want people to be able to look back on my YouTube videos and my TikToks and stuff and just see like, Not from my ego, but just like hopefully connected. Like, I'm late as fuck. Like, I came on here so late tonight. I gotta file this before tomorrow, which is literally in 11 minutes. It's part of our job here in the network. But I just hope that somebody is encouraged. We have 3 E's in our network: encourage, equip, and empower. And I hope that people are encouraged. I hope that people are equipped, that's something that we said tonight like made you feel like you got some tools in your hand, like that affirmative prayer thing. I've never taught that out loud, but the affirmative prayer, that's a tool you can use. And empowered. Namaste. All right, that's a perfect place to land this. And thank you. It's a gift to meet you, both Mojo and also Caramel Love, like powerful queens, Black queens. And we will change the world together. And thank you for holding space with me. Many times I come on TikTok, I just have a 0. And people try to make me feel bad about that, having a 0, And I just talk into the camera because you never know who's going to stop by later. We have about 600 people that tune into the podcast every day. But people don't be coming to my TikToks because I'm not shaking my titties. Those people that stand on the little shaking plates. For $15.99, you can get for $59.99, you can shake like this too. Live in the TikTok shop. I don't shake my titties or anything like that. I'm just Uncle Flo, I know you do. The titty shaking table. Maybe if I got one of those and I was like, you're loved and lovable. You're loved and lovable. You're loved and lovable. Maybe if I did that, people would hang out with me. I don't know what it takes to be cool in life. The titty shaking table. Or there's so many different things here. I thought about getting on the TikTok shop, but I don't know what I would sell. How much is love going for market value? How much does love retail for? I may try to sell a Dr. Flo book or something, but y'all, when I say I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to I love that I've made a friend in the two of you all, and I love organic. I don't like forced relationships, and I feel like TikTok sometimes forces the relationship. And y'all talk to me, and y'all are real ones. And I'm grateful for that. Y'all talk to me and talked and engaged and chilled. But people will meet me on the app. For example, I was in I gotta go, but I was in Charlie's room, and a lady who I won't mention the name of, Charlie told her to follow me. And for the last 72 hours, she's been in and out of my lives, but she hasn't said anything to me. And imagine if you were in the grocery store and someone kept peeking by the Cheerios. And people do this to me all the time, but I just... Whatever, y'all. Let me just bless y'all and leave. This ain't even real life, but I love y'all, and I will show up for y'all, and that will be enough. I had to learn that 2 people is enough. It's not a personal attack. It's not anything against you. There's nothing wrong with you, Dr. Flo. You're loved and lovable. You're loved and lovable. You're loved and lovable. But I swear to God. Hey, Angie, I'm just about to leave. Angie, my super fan president. I'm just about to leave, girl. I was just telling them about these duckers and dodgers on Clubhouse. Not Clubhouse. I can't even say that here. TikTok. Because I'm legitimately interested in hearing about your day, and I'm legitimately interested in meeting people. I'm only on TikTok to meet people and to have conversations. But I will tell you this. So Charlie said, You got to meet Dr. Flo. He's on and off Broadway. You got to meet him. And so then she started ducking and dodging. F1. She started like doing one of these on me. She'd come into my live, leave, come into my live. So then I went into her live the morning after Charlie told her to connect with me. She sat there in her chair. She said, Dr. Flo, I came into your live yesterday. That's how she said it. That's how she said it. Dr. Flo, I came into your live yesterday and you were cooking something. And I didn't know what you were cooking. And I asked myself, without asking her, why the fuck did you not ask me what I was cooking to have a normal ass conversation? But I know that some people see me as a big deal and some people see me as no big deal at all. And sometimes the people that see me as a big deal I'm telling you. The people who see me as a big deal, and like I said, I'm 5'8", so I'm a short king. I'm about 155 pounds. If you ever walk into the bathroom after me and nothing's been sprayed, it smells awful. Like, I'm just a human. But the Broadway thing and the preacher thing and the online, non-denominational pastor thing and the spiritual community leader, it fucks people in the head. It fucks people in the head. Let's not get on Michael tonight. I'd have to start a whole nother live for that. If y'all, I gotta end the live and come back to talk about Michael Jackson. And I can come back if y'all want to talk for a few minutes about MJ. I don't mind it, but I have to close this so that I can turn it into a podcast. That's all y'all on the podcast. But just know that if I'm cooking in the kitchen and I'm making potatoes for my husband, you can ask me, yo, Flo, what are you doing? And I will say, making potatoes for my husband, and I'll talk like a, are you coming back? I'll talk like a real one. Like I used to be a phony bitch. If you had met me years ago, it was very much like, I'm Dr. Flo, and you're so loved and lovable, and I just want you to know that, like, God loves you, and, like, it's just, like, wonderful to be here. I used to be, like, really, like, phony and fake until I used to talk, like, higher in my voice. What I tell you tonight, I told you, Karma Love, Angie says, every day is Halloween, Dr. Flo. Play accordingly. But I used to be a really phony bitch. Like, God is good. All the time. All the time. God is good. I used to say all of the things, John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only son. And I used to do the whole thing. And then I realized that people didn't care. Like, people would treat me like they don't care. They don't care. Like some people will get closer to you. But then what I found, and I gotta go, because this is long. I'm a professionally trained, I'm a classically trained actor. I'm really good at it. You gotta come to one of my shows and see me, like, on stage. It's, like, nuts. Loved and lovable to myself. But what I found was, when I was being fake and phony, people would always have this energy of, like, and they still do. They had it in Charlie's live the other night. People are like, I don't trust him. There's got to be something up with him. Like, he's got to be wanting something. What is he trying to sell? Like, people would treat me, I think the kids call it sus. For those of you who have kids, they call it sus. People would treat me as sus. And so I'm like, yo, if they're going to treat me as sus or treat me like I'm not who I am, I might as well be a real motherfucker. If you're going to treat me like I'm not, if you're going to treat me like I'm fake, am I making sense to y'all? Like, people going to believe what they want to believe about me. So I'm going to put this fucking wig on and just be what I want to be. And if I don't want to put the wig on, I'm not. If you like what I say, you like what I say. You got to go somewhere else and fight with somebody, then go. I don't give a fuck no more. Because, like, You ain't got no heaven or hell or pot to piss in. So, like, what you gonna judge me for? And that's why I don't have a lot of followers on TikTok, because I'm not going out of my way to, like, make friends or impress people. If you want to stay, girl, stay. If you gotta go, you gotta go. My real ones are always gonna rock with me. The people who love flow, love flow. Why? Because they're in their own fucking flow, and I'm just the icing on your cake. I'm just the icing on your cake. You came in this room whole. I'm not trying to pump you up or make you feel like somebody or make you like you're getting love and positive energy off of me because that's what you want. Like Tara says, if you think I can help you, I can help you. If you don't think I can help you, I can't help you. Finding a clear space in your heart. May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be free of all suffering. May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be free of all suffering. May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be free of all suffering. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. Thank you, Jonah. May you coming back? Are y'all coming back for the after show? May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. And you were also in Charlie's live. Did you hear, this is a podcast taping, did you hear that Charlie got canceled? You cannot be low vibrational. Touch not the anointed, and do the prophet no harm. Good night, Angie. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. And may the love seed grow bigger in your heart. May it touch the walls of your heart, the walls of your body. I love you too, beloved. Always, every day. You're easy to love, Angie. Very easy to love. All of you are easy to love. Don't let anybody convince you otherwise. You are one of the easiest people in my life to love. All of you are. And may that love kernel grow to the outer parts of your heart, your body, your room. May the love increase beyond the room into your house. May the love inside of your heart spill into the streets. May it increase into the streets, into the city, into the state, into the nation, into the continent, into the hemisphere. May the love increasing from that love kernel press out into the earth and cover the earth. May it press out into the far edges of the galaxy and the universe. And may all of that love that we just pressed out press back into us as above, so below. As above, so below. As above, so below. Thank you, God. And thank you, God, in me. We do all things well. You do all things well. Ever increasing joy. Ever increasing peace, ever increasing love. Amen, Ashe, Namaste. This will be available over on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Stitcher Podcast, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or wherever you source your joy. And I think that Madam Love may be coming back to chill with me for maybe 10 or 15 minutes so we can talk outside the podcast. But y'all have a great night. I'll be right back after these messages. And Angie, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Talk soon. Stay loved and lovable. Stay in your power. Stay in your joy. Stay loved and lovable. See you soon. What a great time. I'll be right back.